Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So again, we're continuing with the EIGRP routing, and the last time we enabled the EIGRP. Okay, we enabled EIGRP. Now I just want to add two more subnets, as two more. I mean, these two loopbacks. One loopback for R1 and then the other loopback for R2. I actually forgot to add them last time, but it's going to serve as a purpose right now. So if you go into, let's say, go into R2, if I do show IP route EIGRP, if you look very well, you're going to see that we don't have this 10.1.1.1, okay? So now we're going to put that route on R1, and then we're going to check that route right here on the R2, okay? So we're going to go into R1, so show run, router. All right, so you see, I didn't put that route, but it serves us. It's going to serve as a purpose right now. I'm going to say terminal router EIGRP 150. So I'm going to say network, and if you remember, I enabled no auto summary. Okay, I added the command no auto summary on the routers. So I'm just going to add one network on R1. Okay, it's going to be network 10.1.1.0. Okay, if I just say enter, okay, and now I'm going to say right. Okay, then I go to R2, refresh. Okay, now we have the 10.1.1.0. Okay, so that's the loopback interface for that coming from that's the added route that we just added right now. Okay, so look at something. If I say I'm going to say go show run. Okay, so I'm going to delete this network. I'm going to add the same network in a different way. Or if you do remember, what the network that I actually added was network 10.1.1.1. Okay, that's a network I added. Okay, but here we actually see the network. Okay, the reason is because the EIGRP understands that there's a 10 network that's being injected into EIGRP. So it goes into the interface where the network was configured, and that's why we see the network here as it is. And another reason for that is that I enabled no auto summarization. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm not even going to delete anything. I'm just going to say, because at the default right now is no auto summary. Okay, that's what we have right now. I'm going to say auto summary. I'm going to reverse it. Auto summary. Okay, do right. Now you're going to see a difference right here. Okay, so you're going to see that this network now is going to be summarized. So let's see if I do IP route EIGRP. You see? So what you see right now is that the 10 network is summarized here. Okay. Let me just. Okay. So not only the 10 network is summarized, even the 192.16 network is summarized. Okay. Because here I said no auto summary. So with auto summary is good, but the thing is with that you don't get to know exactly what it reduces the routing table, but you don't get to know exactly what are the interfaces that that are forming EIGRP on the other end. Okay, so I'm going to put back the no auto summary. say no auto summary. Do right. Now we're going to check again. Okay, so now we have our full networks coming back again. Okay, so this just tell you exactly what is the effect of summarizing the routes. Okay, it's going to reduce your routing table, but at the same time, you're not going to be able to see the specific networks coming from the remote ends of neighbor networks. So that's it for this one. But now the purpose of this video, I wanted us to do authentication. Okay, so how do we enable authentication on EIGRP? That's what we're going to do right now. All right, so let's get into the configuration into R1 and R2 and how to enable authentication between those two routers. I'm going to start with R1. Okay, so for R1, I'm going to get into configure terminal, and then I'm going to define a key chain. Okay, I'm going to define a key chain which is supposed to be locally significant. I'm going to call it ABC. Okay, and then I'm going to define a key which should match on the other end. So if I say question mark, I'm going to say key 1. Key should match on the other end. And then I'm supposed to define also the key string. Key string. Okay, I'm going to provide a key string of, let's say, call it Cisco. Okay. This key string should also match on the other end. Now I have to apply this configuration on the interface that links R1 to R2. Okay, I'm going to apply that configuration on this interface. So I go into the configuration, interface 0/0. Okay, so I'm going to say IP authentication. We actually saw something like this on RIP. So it's not like new. If you check my other videos on RIP, you're going to see we have something like this. So IP authentication mode EIGRP, and then EIGRP 150, that's the AS system, the AS. And then comes the options. We have here MD5. Okay, so it's going to be hashed with MD5. Okay, I also have to provide IP authentication keychain. IP authentication keychain. Let's just be sure. Keychain. Okay, keychain. So IP authentication keychain is going to be EIGRP 150. And then I have to provide the same name that I just gave previously on the same router. It's locally significant, but you have to remember the name. So it's the name I gave was check here. Okay, the name I gave was ABC. Okay, so now after doing this, R1 and R2 should not be able to exchange route at the moment. So if I go out of here, to show IP route, I should see that R1 is only having local routes. EIGRP. Okay, so see, we no longer have EIGRP routes until when R2 is going to authenticate with R1. Okay, up to now we don't have any EIGRP routes. We only have the locally connected routes, or So now I have to go into R2, do exactly the same thing. Okay, so into R2. In the meantime, we could actually do debug IP. We're going to debug IP EIGRP on R1. Okay, so debug is on. So right now we don't see anything, but once we're going to enable the authentication on R2, we're going to see messages coming into R1. So this is going to configure terminal, and we're going to say keychain. keychain, let's call this one BBB. Okay, give a key of 1. Okay, the key has to match on R1 and R2. The key string as well, key string has to match key. Key string is going to be Cisco. Okay, so it's going to be Cisco. It has to match on the other side as well. Okay, so after doing this, we have to apply it just like we did on R1. We have to apply it on this interface G00. So interface G0/0. And we say IP authentication mode. Okay, EIGRP 150, and it's going to be MD5 as well. MD5. Actually, we didn't have any choice, right? It was MD5, and so we also have to do IP authentication key chain. Okay, keychain BBB. Okay, that's what we gave here above. So keychain EIGRP 150, and then we'll give the names BBB. All right. Okay, so exit out of here, and right when I just completed, you see, we started having on R2, we started having EIGRP routes coming to R1. Okay, so yeah, we can see our now if we go into if we go here, if I do show IP route EIGRP. Okay, so now we have our EIGRP routes coming back again. Okay, so same thing here, we should have EIGRP working. Okay, show IP route EIGRP. Okay, so we have our EIGRP routes working again. So yeah, that was it. Was short, straightforward. I'm going to undebug EIGRP on R1. Debug all. Okay. Debug all. Okay. All right. So so EIGRP is working again. Okay. Now the two routers can authenticate each other, and we can see it's working. All right. So I'm going to stop here. I don't want to make this video too long. The next video we're going to check how EIGRP routes work with passive interfaces enabled. So we're going to enable passive interfaces between R1 and R2, and then basically check how that works if we check in route maybe from R7, okay, from R5. Okay, so we're going to enable passive interface on R1 and then see how that works with R5. Okay, what kind of routes we get on R5. So that's going to be for the next video. All right. So thanks so much for watching, and then talk to you in the next video.